Hi, Pisces, Sun and Rising, but specifically Rising. This is your new moon in Pisces tarot and astrology read happening in your first house. Also, knowing that this new moon is going to make a harmonious sextile aspect to Uranus and Taurus in your third house. Just off the noggin, intuitively, lots of spiritual baths, bubble baths. Um, Releasing things, but then inviting in rebirth and renewal. I think with the first Pisces new moon in the first house for you is finally, depending on where your Pisces degrees are at, you have moved away from Saturn and Neptune, and maybe you're feeling a little bit of freedom, a little bit of like liberation and breath, and you're like, oh my God, I had so many dreams, they weren't coming true. I decided to do all these things, but like one step forward, one step backwards. And of course, we still have Mars in your first house that's giving you a little bit of oomph to get things done, but Mercury is also retrograde in your first house, right? So there's this sense of like two steps forward, one step back. Don't get caught up in that if things are not happening like automatically. Don't get caught up in that, because the two cards that came out for you, which I actually think you are getting caught up, are the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Wands in the upright, and the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords in reverse. You know which direction you want to go. I just think things have not been, money has been slow, finding a new job has been slow, stability has not looked great. Like there's just been some things that have been quite off for you, just like everybody else, but probably more so for you. But the second card, Six of Wands, fire energy, and as Venus is in Aries, all these other planets are going to move into Aries pretty soon, the beginning of the astrological new year. I think there is going to be a sense where you feel like, okay, all of this bullshit was for this. I now have the victory. I have won the battle. It was not easy. I got lost up in some sauce. I was confused and, I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel like anything was going to work out, but things will work out. Set some really beautiful new intentions and expect the unexpected. See where you have been looking different places, because the sextile to the third is like maybe you learn something new, an aha, or somebody comes, sends you an email, text, you read something, you traveled a short distance way, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, well, yeah, we could do this. And you're like, what? I didn't even think about that. So definitely let me know how this works out for you, but I'm excited for you for this new moon. Hi, Aries and Aries rising. This is your Pisces new moon video. This is happening in your 12th house of spirituality, rest, your subconscious, your dreams, the house of endings. Knowing that this new moon in Pisces is also going to sextile Uranus and Taurus in your second house of self-worth, self-value, how you make your money, earned income. This is a time for you to really set some set some intentions around coming back to who you are, coming back to your true self. If you've been in therapy, which hopefully you have been with all of this Pisces energy, or you talk to somebody like a healer with all of this Pisces energy in your 12th house, if you haven't been getting rest, it's time to really like see what spiritual practice is more authentic, that can give you that can help you value yourself, come back to yourself, and maybe earn a little more money. Like I think it's interesting that in a week or so, all the planets will be transiting your first house. So you'll be like, oh my God, I feel like myself. But in this liminal space right now, you might feel quite disconnected from your intuition, quite disconnected from, I don't know, like your authenticity. And I'm saying this because the cards that I also got are kind of wild. The High Priestess in reverse. So definitely anxious, worried, not being able to rest. This always gives me like I'm a worry ward. Like I'm not listening to my intuition. I'm not going with the flow. I'm just like worried about everything. Eight of Cups in reverse. So like things that you should like you've talked about walking away from. Maybe there was a fight, bottom of the deck, set Five of Swords. Maybe there was a fight and like you might have won that battle, but like you don't have anybody now. So you might have been like impulsively argued with somebody and said blah blah blah. They're like, fine, you win, and now you're stuck with swords, but you don't have anyone around you. If this is about like being nervous about, I want to say, how people see you, like how people value you, how people treat you, There's some sense at this Pisces new moon that you have to do things differently. You have to walk away from some behaviors that have negatively impacted you. It could also be people. I'm saying this to Aries, but and I also know how Aries sometimes behave. So this might be like really hard to like digest. But as every Saturn, Neptune are in your first house now, Venus is in your first house, you want to like have a good time and be around people. But there's something that is quite off with that. And it could be like the argumentativeness. It could be like the anxiousness, the not being in line with these group of people and you're not ready to walk away, but like you need to walk away. Yeah, I wrote something down as like something to do for this new moon. I would do your cardinal fire, candle magic, red candle, write how you want to rest, vibe with people, how you want people to see you, but also how you want to feel internally, like your self-worth, your values, and then set your intentions in that. All right, all right. Hi, Taurus and Taurus rising. This is your Pisces new moon video. Pisces new moon is happening in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, your network, your friendships, and it's making a harmonious aspect to Uranus and Taurus in your first house. And I know you're sick of Uranus and Taurus in your first house. We're all sick of Uranus and Taurus, but this has been such huge in the last 8 years, transition, transformation, shocking things, unraveling and coming together again. And the cards really wanted to chat with you, but I'm not going to pull 45 cards for a 3-minute reading. So here we go. Temperance, balance in the upright. I think as Uranus does its death rattle in your first house, you are really trying to see what is in alignment for you with your friends, with your hopes, wishes, and dreams. This could be career as well, because like it's your network. It's your community. So it's about like, how can I bring balance into that area of my life? Have I been overdoing it in one area and less in the other? Have I given so much to friends I've taken away from myself? So this is really about bringing balance. Then the High Priestess popped out. So 2 major arcana. Intuitively, you know the route to go. You know the intentions to set for this Pisces new moon, which is very intuitive. High Priestess card, right? So you and the High Priestess card come out. You and Pisces. So this reading is definitely for you. Then the third cup was the Knight of Cups. I think there is this sense of like, maybe these friendships need to be a little more supportive. I want supportive friendships. I want dreams that I want my dreams, my community to fill my cup. And there are people that are going to be coming in to offer that support. Be open to it, especially if it's someone for the past. On the bottom of the deck, the 6 of Cups, somebody from the past. Lots of water energy in here. In my suggestion for you during this new moon in Pisces that's happening on March 18th, I don't think I said that in any other video, is to, what did I write? Massage. Get a massage, work out the kinks in the body, because I think that'll clear up some energy in your field. And then when it's time to set your intentions, please set your intentions around being a more balanced, intuitive you that invites opportunities for support, invites in opportunities for people to come back from the past if they have good intentions towards you. And I think deep down inside, you definitely understand this about what's happening. I mean, the High Priestess, like in the Temperance, is definitely, babes, like you are in your power. You're coming into a new you. It's more intuitive than it's ever been in before. And the offers of support and love and emotional IQ are on its way to you. And it could just be somebody from the past. I know that's weird, but it's Mercury retrograde, so it's possible. All right, let me know, Taurus, how this pans out for you. Hi, Gemini and Gemini rising. This is your Pisces new moon video happening March 18th. For you, the Pisces new moon is happening in your 10th house, making a harmonious aspect, a sextile to Uranus and Taurus in your 12th house, right? So there is this sense of wrapping up loose ends when it comes to maybe dealing with subconscious beliefs about like how you want to move in your career, what your legacy looks like, what your public image looks like. And the cards that came out, and setting some intentions around what is going to be actually beneficial for my mental health, my spirituality, my mindfulness practice, my subconscious, in my work life, my career, my legacy, my public image. So, not necessarily my day to day, because that's the sixth house, but this is the career. Like, what do you see yourself doing for the long term, right? And the cards that came out are the Five of Wands in reverse, the Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Overall, this gives me like there was a battle about, like, I don't know if I want to do it this. Do I want to do it like this? Oh no, this happened. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know, right? Five of Wands, very like confrontational, argumentative, and that could be very much the sense of like, I'm not getting enough rest, but I have to pay the bills. Do I quit this job? Do I change careers? Do I pivot? Do I want to be seen as this in the world? Like, lots of that going on in the background. You might not be chatting with people about it, but it is going on internally. The Six of Pentacles really speaks to me. Is like, I wish I had somebody to support me. It's really interesting. For the longest time, I've been saying, like, I wish I could go on a sabbatical. I wish I had somebody to be like, here's some $20,000, $30,000, Deanna. You don't have to work for the next 6 months. I'd be like, yes, thank you, right? I think there's this sense of you wishing, hoping that you are saving enough, creating a career in a system in your life that is quite stable, and wanting to bring in, because the Queen of Cups is here as well. And I don't think the Queen of Cups is you, but I think it's someone that really wants to come in. It could be feminine energy, an older woman, but it's someone who has emotional bandwidth. It's someone who is emotionally attuned, that is supportive, that wants to offer you not only like stability, security financially, but also like love and comfort and nurturing, right? And I just think there's been this time of like, what you're doing in your career, what you're doing in life is just not that. And you've realized that it's been quite a mental battle for you. But as this new moon comes into fruition, please set some intentions around like thinking, what's your vision? What intuitively, Queen of Cups, how do you want to create stability in your life, security in your life? Can you invite people in? Can you chat with someone? Can you set up a time with a therapist, a mentor, or someone like that? So there's less confusion and more like stability, security for that. I would say I'm giving recommendations to everybody, and my intuitive recommendation for this Pisces new moon for you is chat with a trusted person. It's funny because I think that's exactly what it is. Chat with a trusted person. Tell them your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. Tell them what you want your career life to look like. Tell them how you need more rest, more mindfulness, and brainstorm with them, because I feel like this was very much on your own. And I'm going to say that because there's this one person in the middle that's very different from everybody else. So I think like it's you in this mental battle with yourself, actually. So yeah, Gemini, let me know how this works out for you in the comments. Hi, Cancer and Cancer Rising. This is your new moon in Pisces video. The new moon is happening March 18th. It's happening in your 9th house, sextiling Uranus in your 11th house, babes. Do you need a new mentor? Do you need to manifest a new mentor, a new faith-based practice, a long distance foreign and abroad trip? You know, I'm always going to be like, take that trip, especially if it is broadening your horizons in your community, if it is part of your hopes, wishes, and dreams. Really stay open, really visualize what that looks like for you, because we got nothing but cups cards for you. And this can have a lot to do with Jupiter going direct in your first house. Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Five of Cups. Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Five of Cups. Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Five of Cups. When we center ourselves around thinking about all the ways people have burnt us, done us wrong, mishandled us, we leave no space for people to come in that are in alignment with who we are in this moment. No one to even like peek in and be like, hey, do you like this? Hey, do you like that? Like, no one can come into that energy if this is the energy. Okay, so I just want to do this one as a reminder. If the Five of Cups can always come back, right? Like, we're human. So there are going to be moments where we're like, I can't believe. Yes, but we need to like really focus on this incoming energy that's Two of Cups and Page of Cups. And I think this is about going to places, seeing the world, talking to different people so they can fill your cup. Because I think with Jupiter and Cancer in the first house has really like done for you, as well as probably Chiron and Aries squaring lots of your Cancer placements, is that like, I deserve expansion. I deserve to be here, there, and everywhere. I deserve to be around people who have the same values as me. And Cancer is such a nurturing sign and an emotional sign. No wonder it's all cups cards. But they could get caught up in that trope of being quite emotional, quite nurturing, and then they forget themselves. I think this is time for you. So set some intentions around this Pisces new moon to explore opportunities with new people who are in alignment with who you are at this present moment, more spiritually aligned, faith-based aligned, new groups, new spiritual classes. And it's really funny because that's the invitation, the suggestion I was going to give is like, find some spiritual classes, some mindfulness classes, some whatever. I don't care what spirituality it is. Find that and see if you connect with people who are like, especially if you've been looking for a mentor. Pisces new moon in the ninth house can bring in mentors to you, like watery healer kind of mentors, right? Or a new group. Okay. I hope this makes sense and resonates. Let me know in the comments, Cancers. Hi, Leo and Leo rising. This is your Pisces new moon video. The Pisces new moon is happening in your 8th house on March 18th, making it a sextile to Uranus and Taurus in your 10th house. And I know that seems like a harmonious aspect, but you never know what's going to happen. This is a time for Leo risings. I'm a Leo rising, to set some intentions around deep, intimate connections, around shared resources. This could be if you need to apply for a grant, a loan. This could be if you need to talk to a partner and connect more deeply, especially if it has anything to do with like your career. You have to have conversations around like, this is what I want to do for work. Do you think you can support me? This is what I am going to do for work. Please support me. Any of those things. And it could be quite shocking, the outcome that happens. Who knows what happens, right, when Uranus is in play. But this is such a sweet time for you to be able to say those things, what's on your heart. I think for such a long time, and the cards are going to say this as well, that you haven't been able to feel your full sun-like self, your full energy, your full vitality. All these planets going through the 8th house is not conducive to Leo energy. And the Mercury retrograde, maybe you're not able to communicate the things that you want, that you desire. You felt like you haven't been able to do that. The Sun in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse. It's like, I don't even feel like I can talk to these people. My communication is here, there, and everywhere. They're taking what I'm saying and they're twisting it around. And I just am like a shell of myself. I know that last week was the first week that I've felt like myself in a very long time. But I also have the sun out now where I live. And so a lot of that is like, if you can get out into the sun, then please do so. The other card that came out with this is the Knight of Cups. And I really love that for you, because the Knight of Cups, he is mature. He is emotionally available. He is aware. And I know this is a woman, but typically it's a man. So this energy is emotionally stable, emotionally aware, emotionally vulnerable, a giving, a supporter, nurtured with also being like rooted and grounded, right? It's not any of this like, I'm coming after you. I want you. Can we do this thing together? And maybe this is the communication that has been off with a partner if you're in a relationship, or maybe it's off with yourself or people in business partnerships as well, because the 8th house deals with that. And the moon, I'll show a bit of it, but their bums are out. The moon is at the bottom of the deck. There's some things that have been in the dark. This is a new moon, right? And so it won't look like this. It'll be dark. But there are some things that just have to come out of the shadow. There are things that have to be said when it comes to how you move forward in your career, who you are out in this world, because remember that the 10th house is your public image. So whether like this Pisces new moon is like, hey, we need to move like this in a relationship, and it's more of a union, more of a Knight of Cup energy, or maybe it's like, I don't think this is the vibe for me. I'm going to have to do my own thing, right? So just be open to what happens, but please don't hold your peace, because the summer is ours. And if you're holding on to things that are not sun-like, miscommunicative on purpose, how are we going to be able this summer to invite in the Knight of Cups? Okay. Hi, Virgo and Virgo rising. This new moon in Pisces is happening March 18th in your seventh house of one-to-one relationships, your doctors, your healers, your astrologers. It's making a harmonious aspect to Uranus and Taurus in your ninth house, foreign and abroad travel, new faith-based practices, a mentor. This is a new moon to set intentions to find people, build relationships with people who want to be adventurous the way you're adventurous. They want to go places you want to go, or they're at least interested, right? We don't need a follower, but we do need to find people who are aligned to the things that we might want to learn, to the places that we might want to go. And I'm saying this because the four cards that popped out were Five of Swords. Like, why are we fighting with people when we know we don't even like them, or we know that they're probably purposefully not trying to accommodate us or compromise with us or do anything? Like, there's no point in being in one-to-one relationships if everything ends up in a Five of Swords moment. You're arguing. You need to, the World popped up next, and I don't really want to show her because her tatas are out. But when this happens, let's complete that cycle. Let's be like, we're done with these people. We're done with fighting with people, always having to win the battle, because, like, there's no point in winning battles with people that don't even really like you, okay? And the seventh house is the house of open enemies as well. So the cycle is done for those type of people. What we want are King of Swords and people who can be emotionally available, people that know how to communicate, communicate clearly, and people who can be emotionally available, self-aware, nurturing, and not nurturing in a mom kind of way, but nurturing ideas, nurturing adventures, nurturing conversations, philosophies. We need people in our life that can clearly communicate and want to vibe. I mean, if this says a lot, that you've been a lot in partnerships, relationships with people who they like to tussle. And a Virgo likes to tussle verbally as well, Five of Swords. So you're like, I'm here for a good tussle. But, like, is that how we want to spend our life? Especially now that Saturn and Neptune are out of the seventh house. Mars is there. Venus was there. Haven't we learned anything? We want relationships that can be communicative. We want relationships that can be supportive. People that are emotionally aware. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. I know you know what I'm saying. Please set some intentions around gathering with people that you like. One of the things that popped into my brain intuitively was, like, you know how those things are getting advertised on TikTok, the lecture on tap? I think if you and a group of your girly pops go out there, you will have the best time. I think that's the kind of vibe you need. You love intellect, you love vibing with people, even though you're probably an introvert. But that's the kind of thing I'm thinking, like that lecture on tap is the vibe for you. Hi, Libra and Libra rising. This is your new moon in Pisces video. The new moon happens March 18th. It is also occurring in your sixth house, making a sextile to Uranus and Taurus in your eighth house, right? So many things have been changing in your deep, intimate relationships for quite a while, in relationships where you share resources and finances. New moon in Pisces, as usual, per usual, is asking you, do you want to... When do you think you're going to make the time to take care of yourself? When do you think you're going to make the choice to put yourself above everybody else and not play this, like, what if, this scale game? Well, they deserve this, or I think this, or there's a good point, or weighing always the pros and cons, especially when it comes to your day-to-day schedule and your work-life balance. I think there's something that is overwhelming in that area of your life that may be spilling over into your deep, intimate connections. And this new moon is a brand new opportunity for you to be like, okay, I am going to put myself first. I am going to do these new things. I am going to do this. If I have to start out small, once a month and maybe every other week. And it might be like, I take 60 minutes. I do a restorative yoga class. I go to a sound bath. I take a walk. I gather with my friends. Something like that that brings you back to yourself is definitely needed. And under this new moon in Pisces, I want you to think about that. The first card that came out was the Six of Swords. So very much like, let's move away from this mindset of like, I can be everything to everybody. No, sometimes we got to gather ourselves and like leave. We got to do things for ourselves. We have to make ourselves a priority in this day and time. And the hangman, like, in reverse, you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. And maybe it's at the tip of your tongue or you're on the verge of doing it. But there's something that's like, well, I don't know. I mean, what if all my hard work goes down the tube? What if they don't value me anymore? What if my family, my coworkers think that I'm not working hard? Who gives a fuck? The world is on fucking fire. Okay? We need to prioritize, and not this superficial self-care shit. We need to really think about our nervous system, sixth house nervous system. If you already have been frazzled, overstimulated, your nervous system is wrecked. And I know it is, and it probably is going to be even more frazzling as every single planet moves into your seventh house in the next few weeks. So you're really going to have to come to terms with your one-to-one relationships. But let me start here. This is a great moon to set some intentions on. Excuse me. I'm taking this time for myself. I'm doing this for myself. If they don't value me because I want to take 45 minutes a week to love on myself, then are these even the people that I need to be aligned with? The recommendation, invitation, suggestion I have for you all during this new moon is spa day for you. I know you love it anyway. So can you schedule it out? It doesn't have to be on March 18th. It doesn't even have to be in this next week. But in the month of March, can you schedule out a spa day? Take some PTO. Come back to yourself without caring what other people think. Okay, Libra. I giggled at your cards. Hi, Scorpio and Scorpio rising. This is your new moon in Pisces video happening in your fifth house, where it's going to make a sextile to Uranus in your seventh house. Babes, you only have like a month, a little over a month before Uranus moves out of your seventh house and stops terrorizing your one-to-one relationships, okay? So let's talk about this new moon. It's in a fellow water sign, and it's in the fifth house of your fun, dating, romance, creativity, creative expression, children. I think this Pisces new moon wants you to not necessarily go with the flow, but invite in more because Scorpio is fixed water. It acts like it can't float. It's, and don't get me wrong, I love a Scorpio. I stand a Scorpio. But let's talk about how it can be so fixed and doesn't want to change anything up. And I think this Pisces new moon is asking you to be a little more, not mystical and I will burn this all down and be reborn from it. Again, mystical, but mystical in the whimsical way we deal with dating and romance, and only accepting Uranus in the seventh, Taurus in the seventh house, people who are mature, who have their shit together. Can we stop dating for potential? Can we stop thinking like everything's a project or everything's not a project? We want somebody to come in that's whole. We want to have a good time with people who are whole people, not people who are half people that are expecting you to do all the work. Also, if this is your creative expression has been you've been feeling stagnant in creative expression and things of that nature, I think this Pisces new moon is asking you to be a little more self-confident, a little more just do it and see where it takes you. And I'm saying this to say, because the cards that we also got we got the Emperor, which is standing on business, super confident, Aries energy. If this is about relationship, dating and stuff like that, we only want people that are self-confident, that are grounded, that are secure, that are providers, that are also highly self-aware, that are emotionally available, know how to work, know how to communicate. We only want that in this lifetime. If this is about creative expression, this is about you standing in your power for that. That is about solar plexus energy, you being a little more self-confident, having a little more self-esteem, that yeah, everybody might not like your shit, but that's not the point. The point is to get your creative juices flowing, to do what you love, and the people that love it will find you. And I'm saying this to say, because we got the Page of Swords in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse, and so I just think that you've been dealing with fuck shit, but you know that now. Eight of Swords in reverse. You've been dealing with young people or people who are not communicative. They're not fun. They don't know where they're going in their life. They're a whole hum time. And if this is you, hello, stop it. Stop it. I think you are now realizing that like you have been entertaining bullshit, people who don't know how to communicate, people who are not self-aware, that don't have any big ideas. They don't know anything. And you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna date. I'm gonna have a good time for as long as I want. If a person is up to my standards, yeah, they can come along this adventure with me. But if they're not, I know who I am, and I can have a good time wherever I'm at with whoever I'm at. So during this Pisces new moon for you, I have go to a class, have a good time, pole dancing class, singing class, painting class, and just embody your creative expression. Okay. Hi, Sagittarius and Sag risings. This is going to make a square. Hello? Pisces new moon, March 18th, in your fourth house, naturally squares you. So, of course, there's going to be some agitation maybe at this new moon. But the agitation should lead you to move forward on something that you've been thinking about, especially when it comes to where you live, how you're living, who's in your house, what your house looks like. And this new moon is going to make a harmonious sextile to Taurus in your sixth house. So like your mental health, your fitness, your daily schedule, your routines. Like there's something about your house that needs, I just got like a little like intuitive like idea, like sacred space. Like your house needs to be a sacred space. And this Pisces new moon is asking you like, what can we do to make our home, which could be our body, because our home is our body, or like the physical place that we live in, how can we make that more of a sacred space? I hope that resonates with somebody, because it just like pinged in my brain. And I think there's this idea, like you might like where you live, it might be okay, but like there's something just quite off. It's not as sweet, it's not as whimsical, it's not as dreamy as you would like it to be. It could be the people in the house that feel this way. Six of Swords in the reverse, the Hangman. There's something that you have been wanting to maybe walk away from in where you live, but like maybe you can't afford it. Maybe things are tied up. Maybe there's a mortgage situation. There's just something that you're like, oh, I wish I could get the fuck out of here, because it is not a sacred space at all. But you can't get out of there just yet. This is a Piscean card as well. I think the new moon will illuminate a way for you to do it. I think person, maybe a man, comes in and is like, and this doesn't have to be a romantic partner because it's the fourth house. So maybe I don't know. But like maybe it's a dad or some like emotionally mature, stable, secure male figure, masculine energy kind of comes in. And it's like, hey, we could do it like this because you've been feeling so not yourself, Empress in reverse. Don't have any more ideas. Like you've done a ton of checklists on like, I think I could do this. What if I move out here? What if I stack this much money by this time? What if I do all these things? And it's just not working. Just not has been working. And that has taken you out of your divinity. That has taken you out of your femininity. That has taken you out of your sacredness, right? So during this new moon, I really want you to, because there is this sextile, which could be like shocking, new, unexpected things come in. Maybe it's somebody at your workplace is like, oh, I have an apartment, or I have whatever, I don't know. But I want you to take some time to, if this is not about a person dampening where you live and you just need to rearrange the furniture in your space or bring more art in or whatever, do something in your house to make it sacred. My suggestion was, have fun in your house, twerk around the house, put on some booty shaking music, put on something that brings the vibe up in the house, that moves the energy in the house so it feels like you in the house are in alignment with each other. That's what I want for you. And especially if, especially if this is a moment where you are in a shared space and you have to think about moving out. So just in that meantime, embody what you want the new place to feel like, look like, smell like. All right. Hi, Capricorn and Capricorn rising. Oh my God, you're my second to last video. This is your new moon in Pisces video happening on March 18th. It's happening in your third house of communication, short distance trip, teaching something, learning something, writing something, publishing something, and it's going to make a harmonious aspect to Uranus in your fifth house. Your dating life has probably been fucking crazy. Let's be honest. Uranus and Taurus in the fifth house for 7 years, 8 years. Blech. You only got 6 weeks left of it, and it's out of there, okay, Capricorn? So deep sighs, deep breaths. I think this new moon for you is about, because Pisces and Capricorn, as a Capricorn sun, I know they say this, but I've never felt it in my life. Capricorn and Pisces sextile each other. So it's a harmonious aspect that your sun sign or your Capricorn placements will make with this new moon. So there can be so much new vitality brought into things that you want to write about, things that you want to talk about. Maybe you want to write something about love lost. Maybe you want to write about emotional disappointment. Maybe you want to write about emotional healing and the things that you've done to get to the place where you're at right now. Maybe you take a trip somewhere to a sunny place so you can heal the traumas, the triggers, the bullshit that has happened with you in one-to-one relationships. Let me reel that back in. Not one-to-one relationships, romantic relationships, because Uranus is in your fifth house of dating and romance. Maybe this is like you have been writing a book, you have been planning a podcast, you have been doing all these things, and this is time to be like, I think I'm going to show the world. I think I am ready to show everybody. If that's the case, baby, do it. You deserve it. The Sun and the Five of Cups came out first. So really, I feel like it's you coming back to yourself. This new moon is giving you the moment of like, I have made it. I have been disappointed in my love life. I have been disappointed by things that I have tried to do and they just haven't worked out. Creative expressions that I've tried to do and they just haven't been worked out. But you know what? That's not going to stop me. I am still myself. I'm still a baddie. I still am a Capricorn. I still know what I want and how to get there. Let me see if I can tweak it so it works out for me the best way it can. And what I'm telling you, it is going to work out the best way it can, because the next card, I don't really want to show it because she's naked. The Star, like there is healing in the work that you're doing. This. There is healing in the things that you're writing, the things that you're creating, the things that you're publishing, the things that you've walked away from. Like, I think we get so caught up, and this could be, I'm a Capricorn and I've gone through some really not so nice things in the past few months. And so maybe I'm speaking from my experience, but if I've experienced it, I know that there's someone out there that has experienced it as well. We can be disappointed about the losses in our love life, about dating, about our creative expression not working out the way that we thought it was going to work out. And you're like, I'm just here to heal people. I'm here to heal myself. I just want to be out here. And I know that's crazy. People are going to be like, Capricorn. Yeah, a Capricorn. Yeah. Like, we are also people too. Our feelings do get hurt. Baby, don't dim your light because people don't understand you. Don't dim your light because people don't understand you. Don't get all... Okay, let me see if I can get her in here before... Oh, she's naked. Know that in this process of the loss, of the grief, of the sadness, of the stagnancy, that there is so much beauty that comes out of having to leave or having to end things. That you are still you, the Sun. You are healing. And the story that you have to tell people is going to be very important. So I would say this new moon for you is about creating maybe a steamy, sexy story. About an adventure that you've had. It could be true, it could be fake, or learn something super fun and smexy, if that makes sense. I think this is for you to embody that sacral energy and allow yourself to learn new things and explore what that means. If it's writing about it or learning about it, do it. Hi, Aquarius and Aquarius Rising. This is your new moon in Pisces video happening March 18th. This is happening in your second house, and it's making a sextile to Uranus in your fourth house. This is a completion of something, and I know new moons are very much the say intentions, we want to manifest new things. And I think this manifestation for you in the second house is closing out a cycle of not feeling as if you're worthy of all the things of your heart's desire. I think there has been some, I don't know if Aquarius season was that lovely to you. You have so many planets going through your first house. I think you found out some things about some things. Maybe people stabbed you in the back. Maybe people that you depended on to be dependable and secure and stable were not. And maybe it was people are coming back now, Mercury retrograde. And you're like, are you with it? Are you full of shit, actually? We have the World in the upright, Star in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, and Ten of Swords. There's definitely this like idea of like, when will it get better for me? When will I see the fruits of my labor come into fruition? When will all of this deep healing work be done? I am tired of it. And I feel that vibe. I feel it for you. I think second house, this new moon is really asking you to be like, baby, Pluto in your first house, you can be whatever you want to be. You can transform into whatever you want to transform into. Are you going to depend on other people, or are you going to depend on yourself, your ancestors, and the universe? Because other people can be flaky and floppy. And if we're looking for outside people to help us be us, that's not going to work. Especially people that come in pretending to be. I think there's a lot of pretending to be financially stable, a lot of pretending to be emotionally nurturing, a lot of pretending of people coming in being healed. And you're like, y'all just ended up like stabbing me in the back. This is no bueno to me. So this new moon is asking you, be like, yeah, that was some bullshit. But in that, can we end that cycle of being like, can we end this cycle of maybe, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to say it in a way that's like, it's your fault. None of this shit is your fault. People are shitty. Can you say that to yourself? Can you say like, none of this is your fault. People are shitty. And then if this is somebody that's like lived in your house and did this shit, can you kick them the fuck out? You might be able to, you might not be able to. Can you never let them back in your house again? I just want to there's such a vibe of like, I want you to curse somebody out, actually. I want you to tell them about themselves. I just feel like that's the vibe. If there is a way that you can, I really want you to listen to songs that speak life into you, manifestation songs. And it doesn't have to be like those typical songs. It could be like, it could be Lover Girl, right? I feel like that's a manifestation song. Things like that, affirmation music, dance around the house, just really shake that ass, roll them hips, open the heart space, speak, scream into the ethers. I want this moon to help you come back to yourself. I want you to feel like that your dreams are able to happen. I want you to believe like your vision can come into fruition. I want you to believe that the healing work that you have done is not in vain. I want you to believe all of these things about yourselves. I want you to believe that every person that comes into your life is not a charlatan, because it can seem like that with this energy here. And I would like, if these cards weren't naked, I forget that they are. And like, it's very much like, we need to end this. Like, maybe I'm not healed enough and this is why people did this to me. No, people did that to you because they're shitty. Had nothing to do with you. They came in as people that were not on the up and up. Maybe, and we can only do so much. We can only do so much. All right, Aquarius, I want you to, lots of manifestation work, journal, script, listen to music that is in the vibe of what you're trying to create in the house. Lots of self-affirmation, talking to yourself. Maybe you put Post-its on your mirrors, things like that. Just really love on yourself during this Pisces new moon. Okay? Okay.